Hello everyone! Today's video is going to be about when I started collecting model horses and when I started showing model horses. I'm just going to scan my model horse shelves so you guys have something to look at as I am chatting about model horses. So I actually have had model horses my entire life. My mother was into horses when she was younger, so she had some Breyers from the 1950s. So I actually have a glossy Palomino family Arabian mare, a glossy Palomino Western horse, and a black and white Pinto Western pony. And I think they're all around like the 1950s when they came out. I think the glossy Palomino Western horse was probably one of the first Breyers released. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know they are older. They aren't in the best condition because they were played with when I was younger. So I had those since I was like a baby. I have always had models my entire life, but I actually started collecting seriously, I think when I was around 8 years old in 1998. So that gives you an idea how old I am. And my mom and dad purchased a few Breyers for me for Christmas, and that's when I actually became more aware of the model horse hobby. And I looked up Breyer horses, and I actually had other brands at that time because anything that was horse shaped, I wanted it, and I actually loved like all types of animals, so I had a lot of animal stuff. So horses have always been a big part of my life, and I've been actively collecting. I think it's going to be 18 years this year. So I've been collecting a long time, and I actually do not know how big my collection is. This is only a section of it, and more of it's upstairs. And most of my models are registered because I've been showing for 10 years. So when you've been showing that long or even longer, you go through a lot of models in your show string, and you're constantly changing it and bringing in new models and trying new breeds. So I actually started showing in 2006. I was 16 years old, and for my sweet 16, I asked my parents if we could go to BreyerFest. So we did that as a family trip, and I showed in the Youth BreyerFest show, which was my first show ever, and I brought 6 custom models and competed in performance with them, and I came home with 3 ribbons, so I was excited. I didn't purchase any special runs that year because I didn't really know what was going on, and I was kind of overwhelmed by the model horse show because there's all these younger kids, and they had tons of horses on their table, and they acted like they knew what they were doing. So I was 16 jumping into it, and that was actually the last year I could compete in the youth. So I really wish I started sooner. So anyone who can start showing younger than 16, you guys are very, very lucky. And it's an extremely wonderful hobby. I love model horses so much. They will always be a part of my life. My wonderful boyfriend helped make shelves to put all my models up so they are on display, because I really like being able to see all my horses and see what I have, because you can't really appreciate them if they're packed away. And I know everything I have, but I really should make an inventory binder just to have all their information in there. And I actually customize and judge model horses also. So I have judged custom breed and workmanship, artist risen breed and workmanship. I've judged different China divisions. I've judged OF, and I prefer judging breed over collectability, because collectability is so difficult to know all the info and details about each particular mold, and if there's like specials or artist proofs, it's a lot harder to judge collectability. So judges have very, very big tasks to judge model horses, because there's so many beautiful horses and there's so many different things to take in consideration when you're judging, and I love it. So I try to stay active in the hobby. I pretty much only show my original finish models, all different brands, anything from Breyer, Stones, Safaris, anything, Collectas. Pretty much Breyers are my biggest brand, and then I have some Peter Stones. I really, really love Peter Stones, especially the Wheeling and the Trotting Peter Stone Drafter. And I would love to get more, but they are very expensive. So I'm always adding to my collection. And if anyone ever has questions about the hobby, whether it's collecting, showing, customizing, judging, BreyerFest, I've been to, I think, like 8 BreyerFests. I'm happy to help in the hobby, and it's a lot of fun when you can meet really nice people in the hobby too, who are very helpful, and because there's a lot to learn. And I take the hobby pretty seriously. Like when I show, I bring a lot of models. Every single model has reference photos and documentation, and that's a lot of work when you have 150 models with you at your show. And I've judged and shown at the same time, and I have not missed a class. So it's just being crazy organized, and it's definitely possible. So, but this is just about when I started actually collecting models and when I started showing my models. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.